Hello there and welcome to Yarnchix Adventism. This is the Sunday special, or let's say the week overview episode. I used to just do weekly vlogs for this Advent season, and I really enjoyed kind of making these concoctions, and it made sense to me to just sit down on the weekend and edit one film. But this year I've been experimenting, and so I've been putting up Vlogmas videos every day, so feel free to go back and check them out. My name is Mimi and I live in the north of Berlin. That is why I'm calling this series Vlogmas in Berlin. Like, why not? Because I wanted to share a little bit more of my daily life in Berlin in general, and also my kind of approach to Christmas with crafting and second-hand shopping. So I try and thrift, and a combination of thrifting and hand making. And today, and the third way of doing Christmas is buying from small businesses or other crafters. So today I will actually have a little unpacking thing. I'm gonna get 2 envelopes here for us to look at the content of, and I will share my plans. I've also recently uploaded a full-on podcast because I recorded that on the 1st of Advent as I had a moment. I wanted to share thoughts and something structured in a knitting podcast way. So that went up yesterday. So I hope you have a moment to watch that. I know we're all busy Vlogmas watching. I will also share some tips about which Vlogmases I follow later on. For now, have a little glimpse of the beginning of the week. My name is Mimi and welcome to my Vlogmas. This year I'm gonna try and film something daily and edit and upload something daily. I'm excited today because it's the 1st of December, so Stashvent is happening. This is the Stashvent calendar that my friend sent me. It's a countdown calendar created entirely from Stash. And since last year, we have got a swap in the Yarnchix podcast community where we craft a countdown calendar for Hanukkah, for Christmas, for the solstice. Here it is. Here it is. This is the first parcel of my Stashvent calendar. I kind of put all the numbers. I give everyone a number in an Excel sheet, and then put all the numbers in a hat, and then I pull out numbers to combine pairings both on the American continent, on the European continent, and kind of I try and pair Japan, Australia area, and it kind of worked out this time. I was excited when Frauke, who is Mandelpotet Pimpernel on Instagram, was my swappie. She basically sent me this Stashvent calendar, and we met in Edinburgh when it was Edinburgh Yarn Fest, years ago, so I'm excited that this is my generous swappy friend. Let's see. It's a little mini skin. Dyed with avocado, and it's 100% organic merino. Oh my god, it's precious! Unwrapping, it's a Danish plant dyer, and it's so squishy. Oh, I can't. Look at this. in the meantime, I've also managed to change the camera setup yet again. This is a reoccurring thing in my Vlogmas, me like going balancing the camera on some sort of box. This time it's 2 boxes. One actually holds a little surprise. I've got a little sale, or yeah, something coming to my Etsy shop. It's reopening on Monday the 12th. I know it's not really gonna be like Christmas shopping kind of thing there because I'm late, but I don't really mind. It's just gonna be reopening with reprinted zines and new stuff. And the surprise in this box, it will follow like a little open studio event that I don't know if it can happen depending on Corona regulations here in Berlin. But yeah, I'm excited to do that and to maybe share some of the stuff that I will be bringing there in the upcoming Vlogmas week. The beginning of the week was a bit, because we had a sick child, so I was home. And luckily it was just a flu. We test daily and kids test 3 times at work. I test every day I go into work, and over the weekend we tested every day. Well, her and I, because I was a bit worried because it was like proper, like the real symptoms. So it wasn't just, well, you've just got this. It's not that. It was like, you know, headache, flu, all of that, headache, fever, all of that. But it turned out to be a flu, and she had an ear infection from wearing her medical mask day in, day out, which I'm really glad she does, and I'm happy they brought that role back in for the classroom because, you know, I know we actually have friends with children who are immune compromised, so in, you know, said classroom, and I'm like, I really don't like the idea of them not wearing the masks anymore. I just, like, this is not solidarity as I try and teach that generation. So I'm glad it came back into measure. I don't know why they ever dropped it. And so I'm glad we put this behind us. It was literally like a 1-day flu thing, and then we did another days of rest, of like recuperating, especially because we hadn't slept very much. And now everything was fine again. Last weekend, I actually also went to cut my hair. Yeah, so maybe I should mention that. I work in 2 Berlin yarn stores. They're both very different, and I learn a lot through both of these works. And I'm going to share some like work-related footage now, and then we'll unpack some envelopes. came all the way from the US of A. I love this stamp. This is from Addie Best's studio, and she is a printmaker actually, from somewhere. Just is a PO box, so I don't know. Oh, she says to recycle, so obviously what she wants me is to open the envelope that way so I can recycle it. And there I am taking a scissor to her envelope. I'll try and open this. Basically, I found Addie through, I think, Pam, one of my sweet friends that found me through this podcast, and she once posted about a little quilt giveaway that Addie was hosting on her page. That's how I found her amazing patchwork quilt stuff, as well as her print art, and I've only gone and treated myself, haven't I? Okay, sorry. Crinkling sounds. So Addie makes these really cool hand printed patches, and they're on linen fabric. So I got a teapot with feet. I got the moon. And I got this goat. I love them so much. I might manage to make one or two patchworky kind of Christmas presents using these. I might also add them. I've got some of her printed patches in the past, so I'm making a little patchworky mini quilt, well, wall hanging from them. So I might swap them out. I'm gonna have a look at like how to fix it, because also I realize, I know Addie is also a sewist, but when you order, you don't really know what you get. See how this is a bit of a rectangular one? Well, they're all kind of rectangular. But when you sew patchwork, you obviously need to remember that you lose a little bit around the edge. And that's what I realized with my other patches. Some of them won't really work in this quilt, because I'll have to kind of patchwork around them to make them a similar size to the others. So I didn't really want it to get so hodgepodgey. So I thought by having these three, I can kind of make it work. I can make that other project work, and then I can work out which patches I can use for my Christmas present. I definitely know that I want to add this to a Christmas present, so I'm very excited to get going with that. I don't know if I will manage, because obviously I've got lots of plans for presents. One other plan is, and you will have seen this if you've watched my recent podcast, is I got this whole bag of mini skeins of, there are all these different yarn balls of cashmere from my friend Josh. And my son's actually asked for a scarf, so I said I'll make him a cashmere scarf. So I'm hoping that I can knit that up before Christmas whilst I'm knitting other stuff. I'm going to cast that on today. Maybe it will appear in this Adventism. Maybe you'll see it throughout the Vlogmas week, and then I can chat about it again for the second Adventism, which is next Sunday, because I don't really feel like talking about lots of projects, which is kind of very podcasty, which you can see some of that in yesterday's podcast. Yeah, but this whole bag is basically full of these cashmere yarn balls, so I will be making a scarf in that way, and I will be making a scarf in a whole new and different way. And this is happening. I'm starting this today, just so that I can get a bit of a time estimation. So I'll basically be casting on a scarf, and I'll be starting the weave. And you'll have to exclude the crinkling. Hang on. I tried to avoid crinklage. This is Snefnook, really fluffy cotton alpaca and merino wool. I've got three of these. I bought them at my work, and I've got this backstrap loom set up with like grey and like a burgundy red warp. They're kind of I'm really not a weaving specialist. I'm learning this as I'm going, taught by my friend Anda. So one half of the warp will go up and the other one will go down. One will travel up and down, and one is kind of held in the middle. And this way I can put my shuttle through, and by having these like two colors, like a bee colored warp set up, one side of the scarf will have the burgundy warp showing and the other just the grey, and I was hoping the grey will kind of be eliminated with this grey. This is what I'm hoping. I'm like experimenting. So it will hopefully be that on one side it'll just be all grey and fluffy, and I hope I'm relatively quick because this is thickish. Usually you use like a 4 to a 6mm knitting needle. You can knit this on a 7, which the weave hopefully is around a 7 thickness, so that I can get going and get finished relatively quickly. And yeah, I now am the proud owner of 2 backstrap looms, and I think I showed them in my Vlogmas. I'm very excited to get going. So a knitted scarf present, a woven scarf present, patchwork. You see, I'm like trying out all the crafts. And this Christmas is going to be a bit hodgepodge. Let's see. Yeah, have a little look at some of my end of the week Vlogmas clips, and then I'll chat about my Stashvent project. Hopefully I've finalized all of the shared most of the week's edits, and I will have added extra footage because I realized like every time I edited I was obviously in a bit of a tired evening edit mode. I often forgot like a clip that I in hindsight think was nice. So I might have changed it up a bit and definitely hodgepodge glued it a bit together. Just like this is all my Stashvent minis now. I've just this morning unwrapped this blue indigo dyed nugget of goodness from Frauke. This year's Stashvent swap was a success. Like, I'm 100% sure now everybody has their advent calendars or Hanukkah calendars or New Year's Eve or solstice calendars. Because I think by now the one person who hasn't been in touch would have gotten in touch and told me, hang on, where's my calendar? I sent one off, where's mine? So I can actually relax. I was a bit worried, especially because I had to kind of use the backup Bliss calendar that Casey and I managed to put together. I had to use that up relatively soon. So I was kind of got a bit nervous whether anyone else will have an issue or if something wouldn't arrive, because Corona, you know, mailing, it's still always with a bit of a question mark. But everyone has their yarn, and this is my effort. I've actually knitted a stripe every day. I reckon I'll get slower as now the stripes get wider. Full disclosure, after this turquoise one was finished, I had to wait like a whole 13 hours until the next Stashvent parcel, so I added in this grey Exmoor sock, which I have had left over from my recent cast off, the Shawlography cowl shawl, a Stephen West pattern, which you will after this clip see my process of blocking the whole damn thing. I'm excited. Once it's blocked, I can actually show it here and chat about it a little bit more. But yeah, this was from that project. I added it for the border. I don't think I had it at any other point because I was juggling with these 50-gram mini skeins by John Arben, Exmoor sock. In the podcast, you probably see me holding up like this little bit of green. I was super worried I'd run out because that green was very important to the shawl, in my mind, in color-wise. So I added in that grey stripe here because I was impatiently waiting for the next day to open up this, which was yesterday, and then today I've already cast on this. I'm just checking the clock. It's 11 o'clock, so hopefully I will edit this like now. I'll film myself do the Shawlography blocking with some blocking wires my colleague is lending me, which is super nice of Hannah. She's got this set of blocking wires and T-pins, but I think I bought T-pins in the past, so I said I only need to borrow your blocking wires. Hopefully it'll be quicker than the Slipstravaganza M-Col shawl, which was huge, and I just used T-pins and pins, all the pins I could find, like scavenging in all the drawers looking for more. And in my kids' room, because they have the perfect rug, I just put like towels out on top, and then yeah. So I'm knitting the Habitation Throw, and I'm actually on day 6 of Stashvent, so the 6th color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, day 5 of Stashvent. It's the 6th color because I've added this as a cheeky bonus. And if ever I get impatient, I want to knit this, I might carry on doing that until this is used up. Just to kind of break in between these amazing plant dyed colors. Oh god, it's so good. Okay, someone's having a bath, so I'm off to block a big shawl, and I hope you have a beautiful second Advent. This is the first Advent vlogism, so it's called the first candle, although we're lighting the second. Let's see if I will do the same next weekend or whether you will get this Adventism version already on Saturday. I'm working on Saturday, so I doubt it. Let's see. Yeah, have a really great day, and I hope you've been enjoying my vlog. Last but not least, I almost forgot, I was gonna tell you which Vlogmas clips I have watched so far. So obviously I was so excited to see that Fran of the Woolen-Hearted podcast has returned to a screen near you. I'm so delighted, and I love sitting down with Fran every morning and watching what she's been up to the day before. And we were actually writing about this and talking about Adventism or Vlogmas, and I think I'm glad she's doing it, and I'm super excited I'm doing this kind of daily thing alongside her. And obviously I'm watching Susan of the Knitlib podcast. I really love her podcast. I've watched it from, well, I think I started watching it when she had podcast episode 12 out, and I just binge watched the first 12, and I absolutely love Susan's energy and honesty and the beauty of her colors. She's very cool, and it's nice to kind of sit in her pocket and come along throughout her day and see a little bit of Calgary, which is far away from here, so it's very different to Berlin. And through Susan, I found the Tiny Needles Vlogmas, which is actually Jessica. She is based in Edinburgh, which I just adore seeing Edinburgh through like glimpses of it, and just hearing her talk about life as a teacher in training. And she seems, it's like a really cool new person to meet through Vlogmas. So I'm re-watching her podcasts as well, just kind of catching up with all the crafts this human has created. So that's been really nice. I think that's the 3 Vlogmases I'm like watching daily. Please comment with any interesting or exciting Vlogmases that you've been watching that you want me to watch. There's like the usual suspects like Skein, which I dip in and out of because it's nice and Londony, and she's, you know, super power cool. But I do like a smaller YouTube channel because I don't like all the advertising. Sorry. So if you know anyone who's committed to Vlogmas and they're kind of early on, or if you're doing Vlogmas, please comment below. I want to find you. I want to hear what you're up to. And yeah, have a good week. See you next week, and look after yourself. Bye bye from Mimi in Berlin.